Is the camera in the right spot? The me camera? Because it seems to keep...
Yeah, that one's always been flip-floppy to the side.
Being a pain in the butt.
They need, like, plasticine or something.
Something to make it stay. Hey, everyone! You guys got to watch me fiddle with the camera. That's exciting. What a great way to start the stream. I know Emma's on. Hey, Emma. Anybody else commenting yet or saying hi? Okay. So, all right. I have a very interesting puzzle for you guys today. It's got a very interesting story to it. Casey bought me this replacement, kind of, for my birthday this year. And it's just got such a cool story to it. So I have done this puzzle before in my lifetime, but that was back in the day when I was like little, probably like this high kind of thing. I mean, you know, when it was the garden gnome, but you know, I don't know how high children are when they're like 8 or 9. That's a question for parents. But, okay, so the puzzle I have for you, it's an artist puzzle. I'm actually going to do a whole series by this lady. Like, we have quite a few puzzles, apparently I do anyways, that are done by her, and they're so cool. I can't wait to do them all for you. But today we are starting off with the one with good memories. I did this puzzle back in the day when I was a kid. It hung in my mother's room for the longest time. Such a pretty picture. But this is not the true puzzle. Not this box anyways. The true puzzle is... Oh, someone's saying hello.
Listen.
Oh, hey, Asan. And yes, Emma, I had a pretty good birthday. For the most part. I mean, birthdays are odd in my life. Ooh. But, okay. Can everyone see this well enough? Oh, I think I actually had it better this way. Okay. Here we go, everyone. So, this is the true version of this puzzle. This is the one I've had for a long, long time. This is the one that's hung up from my mom's room. Oh, and as you can see, versus the box, hopefully it's not blocking it too much, they cut this part off pretty much entirely. It's so weird that they did that. They actually had to move the swans up here and just to cut off the willow tree and the reeds, which is so weird to me. I can't figure out why they photoshopped it like that, because they actually would have had to go through the trouble of Photoshop, not just like cutting the whole part off in general, but I can't figure it out. Now, this is a hidden objects puzzle, kind of, sort of. So, now I don't know where all of them are, but I know that there is a, ooh, where is it? This little bird just in the shape of the trees here. And there's a couple other things as you go through. I would have to actually Google it to know exactly what all the hidden objects are and where they are. But as far as I can tell, based on the fact that the little bird is in the exact same position in the box one, that's not why they cut it off either. That was my best guess, but I can't figure out why they did it. So, a little bit of an interesting story. I kind of have a replacement puzzle. I am definitely still keeping my eye out for this whole version of the puzzle, because you gotta have things from your childhood. Gotta. And let's face it, I'm a collector, which is one step short of a hoarder. But, yes. So this is the real puzzle. This is a nice substitute. This will do in the meantime. It's pretty cool. All right. Present.
Todd's saying hi.
Hi, Todd. Ooh. Okay. Before we start, one more really cool thing that actually this puzzle and the dragon kind of inspired me to start doing. I set up an affiliate link, an affiliate account thing with Amazon, both the Canadian one and the American one. And because I know how hard it is to find and replace puzzles, trust me, this took some finding. So did the dragon back in the day. For puzzles that I can find that are at a reasonable price that I put together for you guys, I will be dropping the affiliate link in the description. So if you guys are interested in owning this puzzle, making it part of your collection yourself, you guys can just click that link and easy peasy find it. Because I know sometimes puzzles are not necessarily super easy to find if you don't know the name of the picture, if you don't know exactly what you're looking for. Just simplifying the process a little bit there. So, the link for this puzzle is in the description. Only the American version today because Amazon.ca did not have it. And I'll only ever do it if they're at a reasonable price. If it came out as, hey, this puzzle's $5,000, go buy it. No, we won't put that in there. It's not that special of a puzzle. All right. Any comments or anything on this?
Just Emma and SN
Talking to each other?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, I'm super excited for this. I think it's going to be fun. It is made by Buffalo. They normally make pretty good puzzles. Pretty normal brand to find. I was surprised to find out that it's made by Buffalo. Actually, the bigger one, I think it's made by Masterpieces, the more panoramic real image one. Unless secretly this is the real image, and I've had some weird bigger sized anomaly all this time. Alrighty, I guess let's get into this. Might as well crack the box open as long as I'm not missing anything. Okay, there. That's good. That turned off. Oh, should I turn the lights on or is the light good?
Yeah, you probably turn them on.
Bang. Oh. Whoa. Blinding. Ooh, dim, dim, dim. Just about went blind there, you guys. I was not expecting such bright light. Oh my goodness. Woo. Alright, actually, can we do a quick close-up cam and I'll show them where the bird is on the box? Like the little hint.
Pull more. It's caught on something.
The curve? Or just the other chords?
Should be.
Seems
Yeah, you
seems
got
fine.
enough.
I got loads. Like, what the matter? Huh?
Okay.
Okay, everyone. So, it's real hard to see. I'm blind. Where? Okay, so it's right there where my finger is. Ooh. I don't know why it won't go into focus. So, right here is where the little hidden bird image is. But otherwise, yeah, there's a close-up of the box in any case. Ooh. Cool, cool, cool. So this is what I will put together for you guys. Okay. Oh, I'm excited. Hooray. Okay. Ooh. I've got my picture here. So cool. Always love the poster. So this is a second-hand puzzle. This version of it is new to me. Oh, hey, it's the one I have. Oh my goodness. Oh, that's exciting. Okay. It's this one, the guiding light one. I have a version of that to show you guys. I have that one. I also have another one. It's 2,000 piece. We'll do it eventually. I promise. Whee! Ooh. Pieces come out. So hopefully everyone had a good day today and all that. It's hump day. That's exciting. Always one of the best days of the week. It's also the live stream day. Woohoo. Hump day is now known as that. At least in our world. I always look forward to it because it means I can do a puzzle at work. Although now the one thing I will say, it does suck that these are glossy pieces because there's going to be quite a bit of glare from the overhead lights. Ooh. Ah, childhood. Brings you back. It makes you so happy when you do things that you remember from your past. Yeah. So many pieces are already jumping out at me. This might be a quick build. It'll be interesting to see how much, the fact that well, I guess it's hard to say. I can't really remember how long it took me when I was younger, but I mean, the fact that I've done it, will there be any kind of muscle or puzzle memory after all these years? As crazy as that sounds, I mean, who can memorize 1,000 pieces and their placement? That would be crazy. smooth pieces. Very slippery, sliding around in my hands.
Sandy saying hi.
Hello, how are you? What?
Sandy!
Wait, what?
It's from Greece. Sandy! The way he says Sandy.
Oh, because Sandy's on?
Yeah.
Oh.
Jeff saying hi to all.
Hello, how are you? Such good memories with this puzzle, and it's already it's such an interesting contrast. It's bright and dark all at the same time. There's so many different colors that are jumping out at me, but also at the same time, the path and where the trees are, it's also so dark. She's also known as the Painter of Peace, this Kim Norlian. So, kind of like Thomas Kincaid, who's the Painter of Light, this is the Painter of Peace.
My uncle.
Your uncle?
How fast you forget.
Oh, you're babbling on about your lies. I see. Pinocchio has come out to play already. That's pretty early on. Pinocchio, Pinocchio. I should find a Pinocchio puzzle at some point. That would be so very appropriate.
Jeff's saying he's doing good in ourselves.
Oh, pretty good. What have you been up to this week, Jeff?
That's all they do is babble on, Max.
You know what? I can't disagree. Boys. Boys, boys, boys. I should really get you something Pinocchio themed for Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. I should. It would be so appropriate. Oh, hey, also, it's December 1st today, so who's excited about Christmas? Now we can all start talking about, like, around November-ish is when most people start talking about it now, it seems. But now that it's officially December 1st, who's excited, who's got their advent calendars out, and all that fun stuff?
Steph is saying hi.
Hey, Steph, how are you?
Well, it's December 2nd here.
I'm behind the times, am I? I see how it is. So halfway around the world, I'm totally wrong about what day of the week it is. That's exciting.
We don't have Christmas here, but excited for New Year's if that counts.
You don't have Christmas? Oh my god, I didn't.
It's a slightly different religion.
Well, I didn't know that. I just assumed Christmas was around the world.
Well, it is around the world, a different religion.
Gotcha.
Celebrate different.
Ooh, so shiny. That's a lot of glare. Oh, jeez. Oh, that's a little bit better. Oh. It's not. Interesting. That's better. But yes, New Year's counts too. Ooh. So bright and colorful, but also so dark. It's such a strange contrast.
Emma's asking what do we each do for Christmas?
Well, close to the date, Mom and I get together and we open our presents and all that good stuff. and do that. She usually comes over for that. And then it really just depends. Usually I go hang out with a friend or something on Christmas Day. And what do you do?
Well, normally I would have Christmas with Mom, but she's going to Nova Scotia, so nothing. Steph started putting up her Christmas tree.
Woohoo! That's exciting. Decorating is always so much fun. We did that the other day. Also, I have to find my little mini tree and bring it in here. The light up one, that'd be really cool.
I'm just as bad with presents for my animals, Emma. Such stuff. That makes you feel any better?
Right? Animals get presents all the time. It's because their faces are so cute.
And Emma, they don't put their tree up till the 10th because they order a real one.
Oh, nice!
They don't want it to die.
Fair enough. Yep, absolutely. Especially if you're like me and you're not necessarily good at keeping living things alive. I mean, animals is okay. They can at least tell you when they're hungry and thirsty, but a tree, I guess when it starts getting all wilty and everything falls on the ground.
Yes, living in a Muslim country, I'll put my tree up tomorrow, even though I put tree parts on the wall because of my cat.
Yeah, she would love that. Climb the wall to get to the trees. Oh. That's the one fear, always putting Christmas decorations up. The cat thinks, oh, hey, look for me. Thankfully, my cat is very lazy. Doesn't know how to climb. Although he does like to eat the bottom branches of the fake tree, which is weird. He'll just sit there munching on the branches. Like, how does that possibly taste good? How?
Sandy's got 2 dogs, 5 cats, and 1 bird.
Oh my god, you have a funny farm. But I'm kind of jealous also at the exact same time, because I love animals. So that probably makes having a Christmas tree just about nearly impossible. At least one that all the animals don't think, oh, a present for me.
Emma, I've got a spider plant on my hamster cage. Had it a week and it's still alive. The plant, not the hamster, but the hamster is still alive too.
For a minute, what happened to your hamster? And then he finished the sentence. That's impressive. I'm proud of you. I don't know if I could keep one alive for a week. Well, maybe. I don't know how fast they die. I guess that plays a factor. How quick?
Spider plants are pretty.
Well, I have killed a cactus before. What? No comment? I thought for sure you would jump on that one.
Well, you shouldn't be able to kill a spider plant. But if you already killed a cactus, then you would be able to kill a spider plant.
I told you, the care of living things that can't tell me I'm hungry, I'm thirsty, it may not necessarily go very well. Kitties and dogs are easier.
I say, so do I, Max. No tree, it wouldn't be up for long.
Growing up, we used to have animals that would just love to climb the Christmas tree, which is funny, but also sad because a lot of irreplaceable ornaments got broken in that time frame. But, that's the nature of the beast when you have pets.
Listen, my cat also eats the fake tree parts. I will send a photo to you, Casey. She can't actually climb, but that's because it's nearly impossible for her to do so.
Aww.
With a smiley face.
Yes, we love seeing animal pictures.
Emma, she's got 2 dogs, 1 hamster, and 4 fish.
Oh my goodness. So many animals. They would keep you busy, that's for sure. See, it's the hamster that gets me. That's such a unique pet. But I also don't imagine that their care is too labor intensive either.
Feed them and clean the cage. That's about it.
Well, pretty much, yeah. Other than that, they're just happy to sit in there and play and spin on a wheel and that kind of good stuff. Oh, yeah.
Sandy, now killing a cactus is very difficult, Max.
It takes a special talent.
But I'd probably kill it too.
I'm just not good with plants. Like, it's not a thing. It's impressive that the ones I have are still alive.
It is.
I mean, in our last week working at Lowe's, I bought this cute little plant, one of those,
Air plants.
yeah, those things that are supposed to be really hard to kill.
They're supposed to.
I mostly bought it for the little dino planter, thank goodness, because you can't kill that. Yeah, one day I came home and it was like this brown, wilty, green pile of muck.
Those things are supposed to be really hard to kill.
I really don't know how it happened. But it's dead, needless to say. I am like that kid from Zathura. You know, when his little brother comes up to him, I'm hungry. What do you know how to make? Water. That's me.
I'm saying she's trained. She knows a couple of commands.
Nice! I didn't know you could teach hamsters things like that.
Well, they trained you, didn't they?
I'm not a hamster. Ooh. Ah. Destroying all my hard work. You look like you're ready for nap time.
Oh yeah, I'm tired. I didn't get my morning sleep before work.
Because the man had to replace your counter.
Yeah.
And you'll go home and it'll be all shiny and new.
Yeah, now I gotta put everything back.
Yay! Yay!
Yeah, because I don't usually fall asleep till around 1 or 2, usually around 2. But then I usually wake up again around 6. So it's about, 4 hours is cutting it. But then I wake up
and go back to sleep.
I go back to sleep again. Well, this time it was up, and then it's like,
the man is here.
Wow, he's going to be here, and
Yeah.
I don't want to fall back. It's like, I want to make sure I hear it, because it was just a light knock. It was like, I was like, that's your knock?
Well, wouldn't he just come in? He's the super.
No, they hired a contractor to...
Oh. So how's he going to get back in after you...
I just left the apartment unlocked.
Oh, you're trusting.
And nothing else I could do.
I would have thought they'd have the super go with them, just in case.
I was expecting the super to be there, but no, it was just the guy.
Because, what if you hadn't been home?
Then
I guess then he probably would have.
He would have called the super,
Yeah.
but she had called 2 days before, and I said, I'll be there in the morning, but I'll be leaving for work.
Yeah.
So.
Huh. Yeah, no, I wouldn't have heard the knock. I would have been.
It was a pretty faint knock. Because at first I thought, it's the next door. It was that. I was like, this doesn't sound like it's even my door. Emma's saying, if you spend enough time with him, you can.
Oh, nice.
Just like a Maxine.
Hey.
If you can train a Maxine, you can train a hamster.
Sure. I mean, I'm a little bit better than a hamster. Although, granted, I mean, I am quite content to just sit and do my puzzle if you leave me in a cage long enough. I'll just sit there and plop away at my pieces. So in other words, I could either handle an insane asylum or a prison very well. If you just let me have my puzzles with me, whatever, I don't care. I'll just sit there until the end of time. Shouldn't cause you any trouble at all.
I joked about that when I was younger, because I just hung in my room all the time. It's like, so you tell me I have to go get a job just to pay for my bills, to just so I can get back to my room, just so I can. And it's like, well, if I commit a crime.
And I go to prison and they feed me and water me and...
I don't have to pay for any bills. They're going to make sure I eat. And then my dad worked at a penitentiary for a little bit, like as an engineer. As he was going up as becoming an engineer.
Yeah.
And he's like, they've got cable. We don't even have cable. In Brighton, they had the train tracks. It was too expensive to get the cable on the other side of the train tracks.
Yeah.
So half of Brighton didn't get cable.
Oh no.
So he's like, how does a prison have cable? We don't even have cable. He's like, the prisoners to sit there and they watch cable all day, or they play ping pong. So like
ping pong?
Yeah, exactly.
Is this a hotel or a prison? Holy crap.
He's like, I was like, wait a minute.
Prison doesn't even sound that bad. What?
If I go rob a bank, spend some money, have some fun, get caught, and then it's like, well, now you got a place to stay for the next 20 years.
Right.
And I always wanted to be a writer. It's like, I'll be forced to be able to write now because I don't have to go spend 8 to 10 hours
working. Yeah.
It's just sit there write all day.
Right. I mean, although the food is terrible and, it's getting the wrong crowd and you're in trouble.
Yeah, but I mean, if you go into different grades of prison.
What, the gourmet prison? Oh, here, you guys get 5-course meals.
When you get a sentence, it's like when they say less a day, you're in the minimum security. So when it's 20 years less a day, you get the
fancy prison.
They know that you're not
violent
criminal. But you still did a bad thing.
So go sit in the fun timeout chair,
yeah,
where you have no responsibilities whatsoever. Although it does suck. I mean, you wouldn't have the freedom to, I imagine that they limit your time when you can shower and all that good stuff.
Oh,
yeah.
I'm sure it's not great because people aren't lining up to go to
Well, no,
prison.
But there's certain benefits until you think about I kind of like being able to do that when I want to do that, not...
Yeah. You can get free education.
It is an interesting concept.
Prison's got to be great for introverts, though.
No, probably.
An introvert criminal must be like this. I don't see the downside.
Right. It's like, this is fine. I mean, other than I'm on your schedule, not my own. It's like, well, whatever. I'll just sit in my cell and read my book or whatever. And guards must just love those kind of prisoners.
Yeah.
And you're like, well, whatever. That one just sits in their cell all day. What?
They're not much larger than this room.
That's true. Well, I mean, we've kind of gotten conditioned to spending an awful lot of time in this room.
Steph, killing a cactus is difficult. Whoops.
It's all right. We can also be the club of people that can't keep plants alive.
Anna saying hello.
Hey, how are you? It almost actually seems like this earlier time works better for some people. Because Ascend's not usually able to join.
No.
And I don't know, do we normally catch the Australian people at a decent time?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Oogie Man 83 saying evening all.
Hello, how are you? Everything got so quiet all of a sudden.
Did.
Mm-hmm. I'm kind of having some flashbacks right now, too.
Yeah.
Yes, I put my puzzle together back in the day.
Oh, of that puzzle.
Mm-hmm. No,
What are you
not.
talking about?
No, of the puzzle. I haven't gone crazy. Not yet, anyways. I'm not saying it couldn't happen.
It's a guarantee that it will happen.
Is it?
Pretty much.
I don't know if I would necessarily go quite that far.
Oh, what's gonna happen?
Oh, people.
Hello. Is that yourself?
I was here the other day with Stephanie.
Yeah, we got this stuff down.
Yeah.
Holy, there's $5 each.
Yeah, they're.
Holy fuck, good thing I have 3 kids, eh? This is so cheap. And now 4. $20 in things, my god. like these rock candies. Oh my god,
Yeah, I
baby.
know I had them. I
The
think
watermelon.
the watermelon.
Oh, look at these. Rainbow bites.
Fudge brownie
Look,
buffet.
cookies and cream. Look at there are a bunch of them.
No, fructose, so no.
There's so many versions and not even better.
Hey, come here, I'll show you the excuses. There's Professor Allen.
Oh no.
That he accepted brownie and chocolate.
Yeah. Was it hard?
Yeah, it was really sweet.
Yeah.
Really, pedal? What is the STD?
And then a small cup or what?
Yes. Strawberries. Turtles. Yeah, green with the cheese. Yeah, they like this really, the pretty Lego blocks. They are good. Yeah, we got the Lego.
Oh, they're UFOs. They're British candy, so they're like a wafer. Do you want to try that? Oh,
Yeah.
that's stuff.
She'll try it, yeah.
So they're like
I have 3 kids. One of them found who likes them. It's
this,
just
and it's got like this pixie dust in the middle of it.
oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Brains,
Well, we just put it in the cups.
and some strawberry puffs, and sour strawberry. A couple months happy your way.
The turtles, the brains, what else?
Smithies, right?
Strawberries.
Yep. And I'll grab a couple sour strawberries and then A-B-A-Y-A. B-A-Y-A. Yes, A-B-A-Y-A. Scotty dogs. Oh, I've never seen them. I've only seen them as little babies. You know, the little brown babies?
Yeah.
Yeah. Those are my mom's favorite candy. Yeah, they call something else. It's a derogatory, but I will not say it. I will not say it. That's what my mom used to call them all the time, and I'm like, oh my god.
And then
Yes.
How much is 2 of those?
oh yeah, a couple of them.
They're really
It's
eye-catching.
easy.
Yeah, they're eye-catching. Very. That's what's what. You look at those bottles pop.
Well, it's not like we ordered. Everything's deceiving online. We ordered, like, oh, it's gonna be individual bags, or whatever, and it's a big thing. Oh, it's a big container.
Yeah, well, it smashes all the other containers. Just bigger.
People say
That's fine.
that's fine.
There you go. Perfect. Really cool. Yeah, there was surprises inside. I'm trying to put the candies or little surprise candies or something really weird. It's yeah, like or at least like a rainbow colored powder or something.
Something,
Yeah, or something.
We had no idea what they were.
Right?
People were asking for them, so we ordered them in. And like, okay. So we had the candy cup. We got all the cotton candy.
Yep.
We
Like
got
$100. Yeah, yes.
some nerd ropes, the taffy,
Yep.
and the little Dunkaroos, and
Yep.
some of the little hot hamburgers, hot dogs.
Is that really hot, right?
Up to $68.55.
Kind of tastes like a waffle.
Yeah, it's kind of like a waffle.
$68. Okay,
Candies I got last weekend.
No.
Neither is the Dunkaroos. They just bought 4 of them. There's only 6 in the thing.
Oh my god. We should have.
I should have ordered a 12-pack. I wasn't sure.
I wasn't sure either, but I guess.
She's I'm like,
Well, now we know for next time. I guess order many packages
just
of them.
completely destroyed the cotton candy. Oh my God.
Did they?
Yeah. That's all. Level up now.
Good thing we set some aside for that lady.
Oh, is there some aside for it?
Yep.
Okay, good.
I already made her bag up. It's in here somewhere.
Wow, okay.
Yeah.
Well, next time, since they're cheap enough, I'm just gonna order
A lot?
a lot.
Oh yeah, I'll fix it after. That's unfortunate. Did they buy the last green warheads?
Yeah, they did.
Oh, that really didn't last
they
long
kept
at all.
Going, like, grabbed one, another one. I'm like, oh my god. I'm like, slow down.
Well, when I heard you scanning, I'm like, oh my god, how many people are in here?
Every time they kept going back over there, they kept seeing the new stuff. They kept buying all the new
Well,
stuff.
that's it. Like, it was like, oh my god, you have those now, and those.
As soon as it was a Dunkaroo, she's like, oh, they're expensive. I'm like, yep.
Well, I wasn't sure what she was talking about. I thought maybe she meant like some of the novelty candies or something.
Belinda wants to know what puzzle you're doing. She missed the beginning part of it.
She did. So I am doing, I don't know
You want
what
to
kind.
flashback to the main camera?
Sure.
Or the max cam?
Sure. Alright, so this is actually kind of sort of a puzzle from my childhood, Belinda. So Casey found me this for my birthday. It's by this artist, Kim Norlian, and I actually apparently have quite a few puzzles by her, which I'm really excited to do. So this is the cut-off version of one that I've had since childhood. I know, I'll grab that in a second.
I'm trying to see if it pops in the framer now.
We're waving it at me. I know, I see it in the corner
No,
of
I'm
my
trying
eye.
to see if it's in framer.
Okay, I see. So this is a puzzle that is kind of a replacement puzzle from an old one. Oi! So this is the full version of it. As you can see, the one I'm doing, for some odd reason, unbeknownst to us, they've actually cut off the willow tree and all that and moved the swans up a little bit, which is super weird. I don't know why they would have done that, because they had to actually go to the trouble of photoshopping the image, which is like, why? Why not just make it as one? They're both 1,000-piece puzzles. I don't know. I don't know why they did that, but I'm happy enough in the meantime to have a mostly replacement. I'd say like a good 90%.
It is a bigger puzzle, though. Bigger
Bigger, yeah, like they're giant pieces, which I think makes up the difference.
So that's probably it. They probably
didn't want to print that much.
Well, you think that maybe you know what it probably was? They probably have a set size for height and width for their cutting boards.
I don't know.
And this one's much wider. They're like, well, we're gonna have to move the swans over because it's wider than our regular.
Sure. Alright, is it back on the thing?
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay. Well, that's really good feedback on your order, though. Good calls. Good calls.
Yeah, saw out on the first full day that it's out there. It's not gonna make it to the weekend.
That's okay.
Well, I'm definitely gonna order more cotton candy now.
Mm-hmm.
And Dunkaroos.
Yep.
But there's only 2 left.
Oh well. Yeah, that's just means it's good feedback. Now we know. It's better than buying 80 of them and getting hung with them. It's a really addictive puzzle. I got kind of lost in it for half a second there, and it was like, oh, peace, 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 peace. You know, as it happens.
Sen sent a picture of the so she knows about the Christmas tree, so you can see what she means by the can't climb it.
Oh, I'm so excited to see it.
Um,
Like through the Facebook or?
Well, she said to Instagram.
Okay, cool. I can't wait to see it. Oh my goodness.
So is that gonna come? How is that?
What?
Is it on her? Is it on your Instagram?
Yeah.
Is the store following her?
Well, that was fast. I already have half the puzzle done. Not half, but you know, like the main focal point of the puzzle. There must be muscle memory in this. Holy smokes. But you know what I think it is about this puzzle is that it's such a nice blend of challenge and ease, because there's the darker colors to make it harder later on, but there's all these nice lovely light colors to get you started.
So quickly, but
Holy smokes.
I also want to show people that we do carry it, not for a
day. Already hanging the sold out sign on it. Oh my. Oh.
I thought you guys had it. You guys are losers. No, well, you gotta come on the day it comes, I guess.
We didn't expect it to. We expected it to move. We didn't expect it to move quite so quickly.
I don't use Instagram enough to know what the hell I'm doing. Well, I went on to her. I went on to your Instagram, but I don't. Is it a DM? Is it a? I don't know.
I think it's probably a DM to my Instagram.
Maxine will find it.
I'm assuming if you can't find it under her.
Oh, she sent it to both of us.
Oh well, there you go. So it should have gone to you.
Okay, let me look again.
I think you just don't know how to use technology.
No, I don't. Please.
Okay, I will be totally honest. Okay, he brought his VR system to the store and his PlayStation. And yesterday he left early because he had some stuff to do at home. And of course this couple comes in and wants to play the VR. So I had to call him and I started the phone conversation off, be totally honest, with, "Hi, I'm useless with technology. How do I turn it on?"
And it's funny because before I left, it's like, I should show her how this turns on. Because someone's gonna, just by fluke, someone's gonna.
Yep, you know what? That's always the way these things work. It's always when the one that knows is not present to do it.
Haha! It's in the message. Oh, okay, that's cool.
Let's see. I want to know now. Oh, that's so cool! Oh my god, that's so creative. She looks so. She's like, "What is this? Like, come on, really, really?" Like, you foiled me. Well, now I'm going to have to get really creative. Thanks, Mom.
Well, it's 'cause I don't use Instagram enough. I don't know where to look for the. They have one screen. Why does she have to go to another screen to go look at your messages? It's so.
It's another way. That's the way Facebook works too. It's pretty much the way all social media is.
I mean, if I go to my thing, I'm on my thing where I can see my pictures.
Okay.
But I have to go to the house to see, like, there should be just a message thing. The message icon isn't on the profile picture. It should carry over. you're gonna have an icon for messages. It should carry over to all the screens. You shouldn't have to go to a different screen to see the message icon. It's just.
What nonsense you speak. Message icon on the
Look
front
at-
page.
Here.
Okay.
If I'm on my profile, I can't see a DM. I have to go home. That icon should be on every top part. That's just common sense.
That's the way Facebook is too. It's not on your profile. Not on the
What are
phone.
you talking about?
It's
right
not.
there. Messaging is right
That's
there.
your
It's
new.
all-
That's your
always
new.
there.
That's your news feed.
No, it's
Okay.
not.
Yes, it is. That's your news feed. You are not
Yeah,
on your.
yeah, this is my newsfeed,
Yeah.
but that's always there.
No, it isn't. Go to your page thing.
Oh, it is there.
All right, I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show
it's
you
always
something.
there.
Okay. All right.
Oh, look at that.
Okay,
It's right
look at
there.
this. Look at this. You see the message icon. You see it. You see that.
Because it has Messenger.
Look at this.
What is
Okay,
it?
you
Yeah.
see? Ha! It's not always
It's
there.
there. It
It's
is
not
there.
always there.
It is
Okay,
there.
I just proved something. I just proved a point. It
You
is
proved-
not always
proved-
there.
that's because
It is not always
Because
there.
there's
Oh my God.
Because Messenger has its own app.
Yeah.
So, but Instagram DM doesn't have its own app.
Well, I don't know what to tell you, you
All I'm saying
whitey
is the
boo
guys
boo
on
baby.
Instagram don't know what they're doing.
Oh, they're the same people as Facebook.
Yeah,
just so you know.
Facebook bought them. They're
Just
not the
so you
same
know.
people that bought them.
Now, how many people laughed at our little spat there about how to use Instagram?
Well, it sounds like yes, it's in your DMs. Technology's hard sometimes.
Right? Totally
Ghost,
agree.
her cat's name is Ghost.
Oh,
That's a cool name.
Ghost.
I think we knew that.
I think we knew that, yes. But it's a cute reminder. She didn't look impressed. She's like, "Ah."
She's like, Mom is hacking the gravity, so I can't reach this any of these ornaments.
Right? She's like, Mom, come on now. Come on. Like, this is not how this game is played.
And I was like, calm down, Casey. I still struggle with my Sky remote, so never mind. That's the stream.
That's their streaming thing, like, yeah. Right? Like, if I can get past the step of how do I turn it on, I'm happy. I am. Oh, yeah, that comes. So the description of this video should really be, I do a puzzle from my past with an interjection of Max and Casey arguing about technology and how it works.
Oh, blah, 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 blah.
How things work. The Max and Casey version.
I sent in the DMs. Oh my god, thanks. I actually did my ornaments from something called Hama Beads. So it's cheaper. Being a student is hard in Turkey.
Right? You know what? Honestly, I think being a student is pretty hard worldwide. I completely understand the whole budgeting thing.
And then she's like, I'm so glad you can use Instagram DMs now.
You taught him a new thing.
I'm just not a picture person. I just don't take pictures. So I get the appeal of Instagram, but I don't take pictures. So I have no need to put them up.
In all honesty, like, I did not really have Instagram before we started the puzzle channel. It was just as a, well, you know, it's a good good way to get the information out there and all that good stuff.
I have friends who only do Instagram. They don't have Facebook. They don't have Twitter. They just like Instagram because
It's only pictures.
it's only pictures, so they can just see what other people are experiencing, other friends and family are experiencing, like going on hikes or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
They like that. That's because that way it's not all drama. It's not all,
I mean,
COVID stuff or news stuff or government stuff. It's just
pictures.
Pictures. I totally get that.
I get that aspect of it. Now, granted, if you're using it to keep in touch with people, I would argue that it's not quite as effective as Facebook or something like that.
No.
Because you can get more information out of Facebook, but I do understand that it's a nice break from the political side of social media.
I just figured out how to turn on the TV via the remote. Was very impressed with myself. There we go.
I'm so proud of you, Emma.
And I was watching while working, but now I'm done and I'm laughing at you two.
Arguing about how Messenger works.
Linda, it's funny FaceTiming with grandparents. Half their heads get cut off from the camera. My mom does the same thing when she uses her tablet. It's like you don't have to. She doesn't get it, and she's holding it up too high. And it's like we're just seeing your forehead. You don't know where your camera's. The camera's at the top of it, so don't.
Hi, Grandma's forehead.
She's trying to talk into the mic at the bottom. It's
yeah.
Like, it's like that. It's fine. It will pick you up just fine.
It's alright. In some aspects, I probably have the technology skills of a grandparent. Some things I'm good with, other things, Apparently a PlayStation is one of them. Well, I mean, there were certain points when it was like, okay, hit the start button or the OK button or the whatever, and I'm like, I'm an Xbox kid, I don't know what any of these buttons mean. Oh no, no.
I was happy that I memorized the remote control for the TV.
Yeah.
Oh, where is that? Let's switch it to the next input.
Well, that's what I was like, I don't know where the source button is. I don't know how to make it work. And then I hit the TV button and it went the gray fuzz tone. I'm like, I made it worse. Oh no, okay, I gotta call. Just give me a second. Sorry, I don't know how to turn it on.
But yeah, turn the headset on last. Absolutely last. Because the minute you do that, wherever it's pointed is what's going to show up on the screen. So it's looking down at the floor, all you're going to see is nothing.
Yes.
So.
Yeah, the calibration thing and figuring it out, I was not great at explaining that either. I was like, just play with it until it's comfortable. Sorry. I got it on for you, though. It was that moment of I was really hoping they could be self-reliant customers and already be familiar with VR.
The people, was it the friends that
came in afterwards? Yes.
I was thinking, okay, well, he's a young guy. He should know PlayStation.
They knew the PlayStation, but they didn't know VR, so they were able to help out with like what buttons to press and that.
Good.
Well, yeah, because I was lost.
He should be like, this guy should know it inside and out.
No, they had just never used a VR before, so they didn't know the calibration thing and how to turn it on and all that good stuff, but they could help with the PlayStation part of it. So, I mean, between the three of us, we kind of figured it out.
Yeah. Son, I'm using Monster Notebook. It's a gamer PC, but I don't play video games other than Sims 4.
Nice.
So it has RGB keyboard, and I don't know how that I can remotely turn it on or off the keyboard until my boyfriend showed me how to.
Nice. So you're using this fancy thing that's like, yeah, where do I start with all this? It does all these cool things, but ask me how.
I don't even have a mobile phone. That's a good thing, because I probably would blow myself up somehow.
It's okay, Emma. Technology takes time. It's confusing. Especially if you didn't grow up with it. That's another big thing. Like, even my mom took a while to learn how to use her phone and all that good stuff. Like, it's just not... It's not something familiar that you had from day one. Alright, you guys, so as I get further and further into this puzzle, is there anyone right now that would like a close-up? Because I would be more than happy to do one before we keep going. As I keep going, it's hard to resist.
Let's see here. This is laugh. Kirsty, no notifications. Hi, all.
Hey,
It's all mad,
Kirsty.
but I told you. Emma, hey, Kirsty. Sandy, hey, Kirsty. Kirsty, how's everyone today?
Good. How are you, Kirsty?
Kirsty, hey, Emma, Sandy, and Sam. Make us all jealous with your warm weather. It's
Right? I want warm weather again.
and Emma's not saying yes, she would please.
Close-up. Okay. We will flip to the close-up cam. Alrighty. Hello, everyone on the close-up cam. So we got all the pieces left remaining. As you can see, some of them are super bright and others very, very dark. That'll be interesting. Oh, stand up. Get a good view. Ooh, so there's a bird's eye view of the whole puzzle. Whew, in a little closer. Right now I got part of the path done. I've got one of the trees mostly started. It's nice bright trunk there. I've got part of the path going into the church. Some flower beds. Most of the water done actually. And then some of the really, really vibrant flowers that are closer to the swans, they're all done. And nothing up in this corner yet, which is mostly forest and a tree. And to give you an idea again of the whole puzzle. So that is what it's going to look like when it's all finished. So getting there. Getting lots of the really vibrant parts taken care of and all that good stuff. Alrighty. Away it goes.
Emma's saying it's a gorgeous puzzle.
Right? Like, it's really got some really good colors to it. It's very, very bright. And like I said, a good balance of challenge there because you've got the dark and you've got the light as well. And it kind of gives you a mental break. I think if I don't keep getting distracted with the road, I'm going to tackle some of these purple trees. I think. Get some of the forest taken care of. Though that road is really tempting. It's really jumping out at me all of a sudden. And these yellow flowers. Literally everything but the purple trees I said I was going to work on.
I'm sorry to break it to you, but it's not warm anymore, guys. It's actually snowed yesterday here. It's currently 2:15 a.m. and it's -1 degree Celsius.
Oh, snow and cold, and now I'm sad.
And Kirsty's like, oh no, and then snowman.
Oh, I'm sorry. I really thought you would have nice, sunny, warm weather. Oh. how I missed that. Don't worry, we had a bunch of snow yesterday too, and it's freezing here. Be real, it's freezing. Or at least I think it's cold. He's never cold.
No.
No.
No, it was cold the other night though.
Well, I'm glad you acknowledge that. That's good. You're getting better about
It was
that.
cold. And Ankara, Turkey, the west of the country, it's relatively warmer, I think. This is insane.
Ah, go there. It's warmer there. Go where the heat is. Flee to the heat. I totally would. Pack a bag and be like, yeah, I'll be back when it's warm again.
And then Em's like, my husband doesn't puzzle, but he bought the New York Puzzle Company Advent Calendar
Woo!
2021. He said we will do a puzzle together each night.
That's awesome! Oh my god, that sounds like so much fun, Emma.
Kirsty, when I go on the limb and assume I have missed Casey whining about being tired, hungry, or bored.
He has been yawning a lot, yes.
I didn't whine about it though, I was just tired.
Are you sure?
Well, you said you fallen asleep there, but everyone said I was up late and then up early. That was just facts. I was up late and up early. And then, Linda, it's 30 degrees here today in Melbourne.
I'm jealous. I'm going to come live with Belinda for a while.
That's pretty warm.
Yeah, that's nice and warm and toasty, and I love it. That's perfect max temperatures.
And Emma, yes, Kirsty, you missed it. Come on, Emma.
See?
A sense like, I love snow.
Well, I'm glad it makes you happy. I mean, that's the main thing. I would like snow a lot better if it didn't make things cold.
And she's like, it's too bad it's not going to snow for at least 2 weeks.
Oh, really?
Well, they probably had some of them. It's probably gone.
Gone.
Emma's like, I know he bought them for me, but the hair is so cute and little. He wants to do them too.
Nice. You've converted him into being a major puzzler. He'll get addicted as you go.
Emma, still mourning in my books, Casey.
Moaning and groaning.
It's just it's a schedule thing. When you get used to a routine or schedule of some sort, good or bad, whatever, and then out of the blue, someone changes it, you're like, ruining my schedule, my routine. Because I don't know what all this came about. I didn't get any calls or notifications that they're replacing all my counters, sinks, and pipes.
They just decided they didn't want to go any longer?
Must be. Well, because I had asked them earlier on and said, this tap system is not in here in silicone properly. I don't mind doing like little repairs if I'm staying there, or certain things like if the tap on the toilet breaks, I'll just go buy new, or like a thing. It's like I'm not gonna have them like, hey, my toilet, that's and I was like, well, I could silicone it, but this was here before I got here, so that should have been fixed prior. And then I just kept getting, so water was getting between the laminate and the board that it's glued to, and it was, you can see it kind of bubble or rise. It's like, man, this isn't me, and I kept mentioning to all the previous superintendent that you should probably fix this, you should probably fix this, you should probably fix this. Nothing, but
you finally have one who cares.
Like, we got a notification that whatever his name is, John's no longer your superintendent. And like, okay, whatever. And now we have a new one. Clearly, she's on top of things.
I guess so.
So
Holy
she
smokes.
must have went and did the inspection. It's like, why is this like this? Because then that's when she's like, hey, we're going to come and tighten your sink up. I'm like, okay, you can tighten it. It's not that loose. Now, all of a sudden, I'm getting a whole new sink, taps, and countertop.
They like to be on top of things, these new ones do, obviously.
Well, it's a better prevention now before it gets worse. Yeah, I also love the snow, and we only have rain and rain and rain.
That is par for the course right now, though. We're at BC, and I think somewhere on the east coast is having problems too, are they not?
Yeah.
with like
both
excessive
sides.
rain.
Listen, I hate hot weather. I can gladly swap countries with you.
Okay. Let's do it.
And
Don't even have to think about that one.
And Turkey is always warm. You can find a place there.
Oh, absolutely. I would love to be warm all the time.
Kirsty, I trust your judgment, Emma. And then Emma, thank you, Kirsty. You know how before it was like, oh, we should have like this international puzzle club, and we send the puzzle around, and it goes from one person to the next person. How about the puzzle just stays in one place, and we travel to the Work on you do a puzzle here in Canada, Sam, and we're gonna go to Turkey, and we'll do a puzzle there.
There you go. Gives you an excuse to travel a little bit more. You know, when it's not so god awful.
Travel, you gotta do a puzzle.
Right. Well, when it's not so god awful hard to travel. I mean, yes, we can travel right now, but jeez, they do not make it easy. It is not as simple as buying a plane ticket and going right now.
Listen, oh Max, you give me hope.
Oh, I would 1000% right now. I get on the plane with send for my things. I have a new home. Let's go. Peace out, Canada.
Until all the global warming happens, we're the only comfortable place to stay.
I don't know that I like heat. I'd be fine. Be like, roasting alive. Yes, this is the stuff. This is the life. Living.
It's like, I'm in Washington State, so we are sharing the same flooding with BC.
Ooh. Hopefully nothing too bad, though. Mm-hmm.
I was just curious. I was like, I wonder which one came first. Because there's a Vancouver, BC, but there's also Vancouver, Washington.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, I wonder who copied who. Because they're right on top of each other. It's like, hey, we like the name of that town.
It's ours now.
So, but Washington had theirs about 60 years before BC did.
So we're the copycats, basically.
They're the copycats.
Uh-oh.
Someone went down to Washington's like, yeah, Vancouver, I like the sound
And
of
they
this town.
they couldn't name their own town, so they were like, you know what, I'll just steal someone else's idea.
Yeah.
That sounds like something I would have to do. Other than naming it the town. Like,
Emma's asking how many pieces are in those Advent calendars.
Emma's asking us? Or
No,
Emma's
she's
asking
yeah.
Emma? Oh, yeah, I was going to say, pieces, many. I don't know. I want one, but I don't have one. Maybe next year.
It sounds like, please come to Turkey since it's harder for me to get a visa for puzzling together. There. Bring some Buffalo Cobble Hill puzzles. They don't, too, because they don't sell them here.
Oh, really? They don't? That sucks. Yes, if I ever make my way to Turkey, I will definitely bring you a puzzle.
And then Emma's like, yeah, they don't in the UK either.
Really? It's so strange how different brands, like, they just don't make it around the world for whatever
I wonder if
reason.
it's because Cobble Hill's
It is
the
Canadian,
Canadian
I think.
company,
Yeah. It's easier to share with the Americans, and
well,
that's pretty much it.
They're printed in the States.
Are they really?
The company's out of
Vancouver.
Victoria.
Yeah.
And they don't even make them in Canada. They get them made in the
What?
they get them made in the States.
Why would they do that?
How am I up more on puzzle making?
Because I don't pay much attention to where they're made.
But yeah, they're made in the States.
Huh.
But it's a Canadian company, but they have them made in the States.
Sharing is caring, I guess.
And I was like, we copy everyone for city names, so that's a surprise. I was curious who was gonna have the name.
Who came first, the chicken or the egg?
And I was like, oh, they all have 100 pieces in them.
Well, that's not bad.
So 2,400 piece puzzle in total.
Yeah, just a cute little puzzle each day, though. I'd prefer that much to the chocolate ones. I don't like chocolate very much. Only if it has things in it.
Kirsty, so I bought the 9,000 piece Disney gallery puzzle.
Oh, that sounds like so much fun.
Now all I need is an extension to house it.
There you go. You know, the puzzles are always more important than the space. It's okay.
And my hubby got me a Ferrero Rocher calendar. That's my type of calendar.
The edible kind?
Yeah, this chocolate.
Well figured, yes. That's an expensive one, too, I bet. Ferreros are not cheap. You want the fancy calendar. As opposed to, like, the $2 one with the cheap milk chocolates in it.
Yeah. That's what we grew up on, though.
Right. I always remember I would open the little door and then I would pawn the chocolate off on someone else because I just didn't want it.
Well, it was like the 24th, they gave me the largest piece of chocolate. So it's like, it's like, I'm going to get a whole bunch of stuff in the morning. Give me the bigger piece earlier on. But we didn't grow up with a lot of, like, it's funny how, like, I don't see, like, Christmas, when you went and visited people and yourselves, you usually had, like, Christmas snack staples, and that was usually a tray that was left out, and you went to anyone's house, and it had a variety of different nuts. And they weren't, you still had to crack the nuts. You had the nut cracker.
Oh, yes, you know what? I actually kind of remember stuff like that, too.
And then there would be certain types of mints. So, like the long, thin green mints with the white stripes on it, and then there was like a tray of mints, a tray of nuts. And then usually tangerines or nectarines or something, like, so it was always. And then in our stockings, we would get the Lifesavers book.
When it was cool.
When we would get a toothbrush and toothpaste.
Oh.
We would get a couple of nectarines, a bunch of nuts, and some of those mints. Like, we didn't have that, you know, so when we got up way before Mom and Dad got up, like at 3 in the morning, we were allowed to look at our stocking, and it's like, it's going to be nuts, toothpaste, and...
So you can eat your goodies, then brush your teeth.
So, but sometimes if they had small Lego sets, we might get a small Lego set in that type of thing.
Okay, well, that's fair.
So,
like a little toy. And
we played Lego until about 6 or 7.
When the parents would.
And then they would finally get up, and then you just how they just didn't want to be like or open up your gifts.
Yeah. So your mom had tricks similar to mine then. Like, well, you can look at your stocking as long as you don't bother me.
Oh yeah, we were allowed to do the stocking, and take the stocking. We weren't like the stockings were sometimes left at the edge of the living room, so we could grab the stockings. But we weren't allowed to go in, and we were always afraid that they could hear us if we walked into the living room. Like, they'll hear us. You know how many times we'd go get a glass of water to walk by the living room?
But they wouldn't,
Well, just to peek in and the slowest walk possible and take this long glance and gaze and like, I think I saw, you know, it's like you see a wrapped box. I know what it is. You go back to the bedroom, play Lego, and it's just eating you alive. Come on. I'll get back to the... And Belinda, maybe we should have a Zoom puzzle party and we can show what we are working on. I want to say it was about $200 US with shipping for that advent calendar thing.
That's actually pretty expensive. Holy smokes.
We're getting 24 puzzles.
You are? That's still, holy smokes.
Well,
I mean, it's cool. It, like, absolutely is. I'm sure it's worth the money, but that hurts.
It's so sad. I got a buffalo from a secondhand shop. They bought it from the U.S. and even if they had it here, had to try to sell it, nobody could buy it because it's so expensive concerning the currency.
That's,
so you get the exchange
that's
that with
true, yeah, with the exchange rate. And we do want to work on a Zoom call thing. Like, we're just trying to work out a day and a time and all that good stuff where we'd be able to do it.
And then Amazon, oh, that's not cheap. For that other. And then Casey, Life in Narnia. We have an advent calendar for each dog. We have 2.
Nice.
And a coffee calendar from Nespresso.
Nice. I like the sounds of that one.
And a puzzle one too.
So you have all the advent calendars. You can mix it up on the days and get all kinds of cool goodies. And of course the pets get part of it too.
If I was a coffee drinker, that would be pretty cool.
That would be really cool.
To get a new coffee every day.
Yeah.
You might not go out and buy a whole, this is, it's just like the K-Cup things.
Yeah.
You might not go out and buy a whole box and be like, oh, well, that's a waste. I hate this.
Mm-hmm.
But getting one,
you get to try it.
Like, oh,
yeah.
Well, this sucks.
Yeah.
This is amazing.
Yes, that's smart marketing on their part. They thought that one through. Of course, I bet you even some of those flavors are limited edition, so they go and get you hooked, and then you can't get it anymore.
Talking to Emma, Karen Puzzles had such a cute idea for making her own advent calendar. Cute to do with a friend or swap.
Yes, she did. I actually really liked that idea, and I like that you could do it with any puzzle you already have.
To get home and see A, that all my stuff is still there, that B, the one countertop now matches the other countertop adjacent, like it's because there is a small little counter beside the fridge and the stove in between the two. That's the same top.
Oh.
So are they getting this white one now? Now I'm gonna have this kind of cream color or yellowish one. It's gonna look stupid.
It's a surprise. Or are they replacing both of them?
I doubt. Well, if so, then they have to clear all the crap off that one because they didn't tell me to get anything off that one. So it's got all the crap on it.
So you transferred.
No, that was just the crap that was already. I can't transfer everything I had to the living room.
Oh, okay.
But this had containers of rice and oatmeal and different containers of crap.
Mm.
Guys, if you decide to do a Zoom meeting, please do it on a Friday or Saturday. I'd like to join too. Okay, so we'll do it Monday nights. Monday during school.
Don't be rude.
We can do it on Friday, I think.
You think so?
It'd be easier than a Saturday.
I think it'd have to be closer to the. Saturday I think would just be impossible.
Plus,
But
the Fridays can sometimes be kind of.
like we would have to try to pick the point in the month where Fridays are quiet for us. Is definitely the first part of the month there. That would be trickier.
But Friday Zoom, but the thing is, the Zoom is just anyone can just we can just leave. It's just a live camera. And Max, I'm not sure if it's worth it either, but the box is cool and you can keep it. Don't know if I'd buy the puzzle one again.
Well, you can always use it in years to come, too, is the thing. At least with the puzzle one. I mean, with the coffee one, as yummy and delicious as that sounds, you drink it, you gotta get a new one.
And stuff's like, I like Karen's puzzle's idea, but I don't have the time to do it for myself.
Great. Like, I don't know if I would have the time to separate it in the bags. And then the space would be the other thing, because it would take up your puzzle table, and then that's what you're doing for the whole month. Unless you have a secondary space or a transferable board.
And then Steph saying it would be fun to do a Zoom call with everyone.
Mm-hmm. See everybody, all their projects.
Steph, I got a 12-day advent calendar puzzle box. Should I do it or should I put ornaments on the tree?
Well, if you've already put some ornaments on the tree, I would say the puzzle, because then you get to mix it up a little.
And Steph's saying, do the puzzles. Or Sandy's saying, do the puzzles. I vote tree and then puzzle. Puzzle to relax. Steph's like, I got the tree set up and the lights put on anyways.
There you go, the hard parts. Taken care of. Those are the parts I hate the most. Lights are always tangled.
But a cup of tea and a puzzle sounds nice.
Nice little bit of relaxation before you dive back into more decorating.
If you do Monday and you're willing to do and attend my school Zoom class the other day, then I'm totally down for it. Yeah, I'll attend it.
Like, hi, we're the Canadians. Teach us.
I bet you that's what it was. It's just that for whatever that series when they were cutting it, they probably like, oh, we don't want to have to modify our cutting board or our puzzle dimensions. We'll adjust it to fit our 4x3 dimensions versus our 16x9 dimensions.
Maybe, but why didn't they just shrink the puzzle?
Well, this is too wide. You would get black bars in it, just like a TV, like a movie. You would get black bars, and there would be nothing to fill top to bottom. This puzzle's about a third wider than that other puzzle.
Well, they cut a third off.
Well, maybe a quarter. That's a third's too much. But it's a quarter wider. It's a French class. It'd bring old memories for you, I think.
Of not understanding in high school, too, yes.
Yeah. It's funny how sometimes I'll see a TV show or a movie or whatever, and like, oh, Canada is bilingual. I'm like,
Are we?
Quebec, the rest of the provinces, unless individually you chose to learn French, we don't speak French.
No, like the classes you get in high school and all that, they do not make you bilingual.
But there's a lot of people who choose that, and good on them because their job choice is just
Doubled.
and so do their pay.
Mm-hmm.
Em's asking for another close-up.
Okay. Got it. Okay. So not too many pieces left. It's getting a little bit smaller. Ooh. It's a little bit buried, but I've gotten some work done on that purple tree there. I've been working on some of the purple flowers as well. The image is really starting to come together. Less space in the bottom there. I think I might do the path next, possibly. It was really jumping out at me for a while there, and I kind of ignored it. Still not much going on in this top corner here. I've sort of been ignoring it, although I did pop a few pieces in there a few minutes ago. And we still got the water and all that. Not too much more happening there, except for, I don't think the purple flowers were there last time. I don't think I had that yet. Yeah.
I think it's a better print unless this is this color faded.
Yeah, it's probably color faded. That thing's old.
Or sun faded, whatever. Yeah.
That thing's old. Mm-hmm. Okay. Oi, down I go.
Yeah, the roses, whatever, pop way more on that one than they do on this one.
I definitely think that is an old puzzle. Old.
Did you have cooking class in high school? I did. I don't think Max. I think they got rid of it by the time you went to high school.
Yeah, no, well, that's not strictly speaking true. There was still a home ec class that I almost took, but it was very broad. Like, it would teach you basically everything to do, like the cooking and the sewing and all that good stuff. I did not take it, needless to say, because I'm still not a very good cook. But I don't think I think it was so broad that you only got a little sampling of everything, so you couldn't really master a skill.
Okay. Yeah. So I was saying the wrong thing. In high school, I think it's still available, but it was mandatory that we had it in public school.
Really?
And that's what I meant. They probably cut it.
Oh yeah, no, they did not. They do not.
So when I was in public school, we had home ec class, for half the year, and then the other half we had woodshop class, and that was a mandatory class. So, I can't remember her name. I wish I could remember, but I remember calling her to look at what I was working on, whatever food I was working on. But I called her Grandma. Everyone in the class laughed. She's like, "I'm not old enough to be." I go, "No, but you give that same feeling. You make me feel like you're my grandma." Like, she reminded me of my grandma.
Yeah.
"Grandma, can you look at this?" I'm like, "What?" I'm like, "I don't know. I'm not old enough to be your grandma." I'm like, "Well, no, but you give the same grandma vibe."
I was gonna say, yeah, that probably hurt her feelings like a lot. Like, how old do you think I am?
But, super nice lady. But she would teach us how to cook. This is public school, so they would teach us how to cook. We had to make our, like, there was, every so many months, like every couple months, you were learning a new thing, and then we had to learn how to sew. We all made our own shorts. We had to learn how to make shorts. And then when we got to high school, it was optional. So I took it in grade 9 because I thought, I had fun.
Yeah.
In public school, because we had it in public school. It was a fun class because you got to cook food and then just eat it. And it was like hardly anyone took it then, and anyone who did was mostly girls. So it was like 4 or 5 guys, and there was like 4 guys in that class, and the rest were all girls.
Oh no!
But it was a lot of more cooking though. They really taught you. She was really good at teaching you how to cook as well, and same thing, more sewing, more like just. And I'm surprised that they don't have more social skills I know they have social studies, but it's not the same.
No, it really isn't. They just that is glorified politics class now.
Yeah.
See, there's a lot of things that they cut in the school systems. I understand it's a cost thing, I'm sure. But they cut a lot of very important skills. Like, it's... And some things lead into another, like cooking and baking and all that can help you out with math, because following a recipe is basically fractions. Especially if it's like, okay, here's the recipe, I want you to make a double batch.
Yeah.
Like that would teach you a little bit of math too and all that good stuff if basic math is just not your strong suit, because it's not for everyone. And it would be a practical way to teach that to kids.
And it's funny because looking back, we were working with, so there's the cooking stuff, but every house had a stove.
Yeah.
But not every house had a bandsaw, a lathe, like when we had woodshop class.
Mm-hmm.
And here we are, like 25, 28 kids with one teacher paying attention to all of us kids with very
With these
high,
tools, yeah.
massive, like, these are wood shopping tools.
Yeah.
Like, I don't necessarily, like,
Well, actually,
it's like, I'm surprised no one cut a finger off.
oh, maybe that's why. I mean, ultimately it boils down to money because your liability insurance, but maybe that's why they cut it.
Because I was like thinking back, it's like, man, we had serious tools.
Yeah, because it would freak parents out or something like that, or maybe something happened and the insurance went through the roof, and it's like, oh, well, it's cheaper to cut the class than it is to pay the premiums.
And then in high school, you could still choose either like home ec, woodworking, or automotive. So, and then they would teach you the basics in automotive, how to change tires, how to do your oil.
See, I wish that, well, I guess we had kind of an auto shop, but it could just be because we were so much in the middle of nowhere, but it was not like that. It would not teach you those things.
Yeah, they taught you how to do all that stuff. And it's like, people were like, are you going to take automotive? Like, I already, like, my dad already, like, I already learned all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that. Why would I go take a class on changing a tire when I know how to change a tire? Like, that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, I definitely feel like our school was every program it did have, it was done very halfway, to put it nicely. I'm sure our school didn't have a fantastic budget, but...
And then a follow-up question, or like after asking if we had a cooking class in high school, Em's asking, such pretty colors. I thought it was going to be so much darker.
Right? Like, it's very deceiving. There are a lot of very dark colors in the puzzle, but the bright ones really bring it to life.
Yeah, I totally agree. School classes don't make you bilingual unless you like the language and put some effort into learning it.
Yeah, you got to go the step further yourself.
This is stuff that 99% of anyone who had to take French just taking it to see it through it.
And because they were forced to take the grade 9 credit or whatever, and then it was like, all right, hot potato, drop.
I don't think that, but looking back, I think any one of us wish that we had it as a second language, because it could open up more opportunities. But when you're learning a language, especially for anyone who's watching, it's a lot, like,
it's hard.
It's hard.
It's hard. It is hard. It's like,
so the ease, like the whole, like, the easiest route between two things is the
teach the rudimentary skills, and then all right, it's on you if you
the path of least resistance. If something's hard, like I'm just gonna get through it because I don't want to have to do all this extra work.
But well, and that's the thing. Like, it's so, at least the vibe I had in my school, it was very, let's just get through this. Okay, we got to take 3 math credits. Let's just get through it. Like, whether you were good at it or not, the vibe was very much like, we're just getting through this. There was no incentive to want to learn those things, which I think maybe that's what's missing from our school system, is the incentive to want to learn.
That sounds like, you guys had cooking classes at school. That sounds fun. That sounds cool, or whatever. Yeah, I loved it. I was one of my favorite classes. It sounds, I don't know. It was soothing. I don't know. It was learning something. If you have a learning today, people are diagnosed with different learning disabilities early on, and they can a teacher can change their teaching habit to help that student absorb the information they need to differently than another student. So if someone who had maybe learning disabilities or whatever going through school, for whatever reason, sensory class, because that's what it really is. Sensory, like you're touching, you're feeling, it was probably easier, and maybe that's why I enjoyed it more versus taking on a lot of information, try to figure it out versus mix this with this and get result. I enjoy cooking class, but
something you can touch and do. Maybe that's because last week what I was like you can't multitask. You can, but you can't. I think I
can multitask, but when I'm trying to learn something and
that's what I mean.
Let's go shopping for some stuff for a basket. No, you go shopping for something in the basket. I'm learning how to edit.
That's what I mean. You can't multitask inside your head. I can multitask inside my head and think 10 different things at the same time. You need to be here and think of this thing, finish the thought, and there you go.
I think of much things at the same time.
But if you're doing something touching blah blah blah, you can do that. But
it was described to me, a woman's brain is like spaghetti, intertwined, different thoughts intertwining. Where a man's brain is like a waffle, little compartments, and each little thought can only be held in each little crevice of the waffle.
Maybe because even my old job in the receiving area, you questioned how I could be so efficient at it. I think it's just the difference in the way I think. I do not think that would be the kind of job for you. I think it would be very frustrating. Yeah. Frankly, I don't think you would enjoy it. I don't think you'd be good at it. It's just not the way you have to bounce, think 20 different things at the same time while also doing 20 different things at the same time. I think it would be very overwhelming. But
it might be, but I also know that I do a lot of things right at the last minute. And that's the way my brain works. And
that's not...
But then I try to get it done at the last minute. This is the best question of the night. I just want to say that before I see any more questions, but this is by far the best question of the night. Belinda, do you cook for yourself, Max?
No. Not a lot, no. I am not kidding when I say that basically my diet, I am currently living on grilled cheese when I get home. I love my grilled cheeses. I don't know what it is. That's about my cooking skill level. I can make a grilled cheese. Anything beyond that, you are asking for the moon. And it's probably going to get either very burnt, very mushy, or the smoke detector is going to tell me that it's finished because it's now on fire.
But I hated woodwork and metal classes, and metal class too. I remember that.
I made the mistake of taking welding. It got to the point where the rest of the class would quite literally move across the room from me when I would touch the heavy-duty equipment. And that's not even me trying to be funny. That actually happened.
I took an electrical class because I thought maybe that might be a trade I might want to do.
Mm-hmm.
And it was the same thing. It was the principle of it. It's either it's on or it's off. So either you follow the path of electricity, or so as long as you can see the path of it, it's not too bad. And our high school had a mock house inside of it. And
what?
So there's
what
houses.
Rich high school did you go to? My God.
We had a house inside.
Oh my God.
And it taught you how to do electrical inside housing.
Huh.
We didn't have a rich.
There's
high schools that
maybe
swimming pools. We didn't have a swimming pool.
Yeah. If you want to call a mud puddle a swimming pool, then we had a swimming pool. Maybe the problem was that my high school was a little bit hick town. That could be
it. Other than 2 hick towns, population under 5,000.
Then why did our school suck so much? Good Lord, you're telling me all these cool classes you had. I don't know, maybe it's a difference of the time or something, but my school.
Those things are still.
My school was not that cool.
Electrical's still there.
My high school was, holy crap, get me out of here. I don't like this. This is not cool. This is not the experience that was described to me.
Belinda, I still remember when one of the boys let off a fire extinguishing class. Still one of the favorite high school memories.
Now that would be funny.
I said learning language is hard, but at the same time it's really fun. I think, especially sign language is really fun. I wanted to learn sign language, and I was really excited at the location. I said this before. The location we have upstairs is a sign, ASL. That initials are supposed to be American Sign Language. And I thought, perfect. it's not that we're so busy that I can't leave for an hour to learn sign language.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go take a class every Wednesday or whatever the class.
Well, if you want to learn how to drive a truck or something,
it's a
sure.
trucking thing. Like, well, guys, there's already ASL already exists. Pick 3 other letters. And it's like I was so disappointed when I found out it was a trucking thing and not sign language course. It's like, oh, I'll take sign language course. This would be great.
Now, that would be an extremely useful thing to have. In all my years in retail and all that good stuff,
Oh, it's the worst when you get a sign
if
language
you
and
had,
start writing things
yeah,
out.
oh yeah, if you had a deaf customer or a customer with any kind of issues that way, it was just all of a sudden it became, how do you communicate? Like there was one customer, like she couldn't articulate her thoughts, and it was very hard to communicate, and you'd feel so bad because it's like, well, I know the answer, but how do I give you the answer in a way that's going to actually help you?
Belinda, that made me laugh out loud. People moving away from Maxwell in welding.
Oh, it was true. I'd have to use the chop saw, and the class would get up, go across the room, and wait for me to be finished.
Christy, Hogwarts? I didn't go to what?
Well, the way you're describing your fancy school.
It wasn't a fancy school. It was a small town with. They just realized that it was probably in this small town gonna be a lot of trades, so they taught us all trades.
Well, I guess like we had trade classes too, but they were nowhere near as cool.
And Belinda, private schools had pools. Like, I'm talking about like we have in the next town, which is now double the size. That has a pool.
Now, the thing I will say about private school.
And it's not a private school, it's a public school. Just it's the right size of a school to have a...
I kind of like the concept of private school. I do and I don't. I don't like how it's very pinkies up and that kind of thing and very proper and all that. But I think for how quickly I learn, I might have actually done better in a private school because they push you. And they push you to learn. Whereas public school is just like, cool, you're
I don't
passing.
know if they push you. It's just really small classes. Because the people, my old boss, one kid, he's like, yeah, they're fine going to public school. But my other he's like, my daughter needs the attention. And so I'm going to send her to Albert College. And he's paying through the nose for it. But he's like, but her marks went through up like crazy. It's a lot more one-on-one stuff. They're not really pushing it. It's just like they're explaining it versus it being an umbrella learning thing. So it's much one-on-one.
Yeah, well then maybe not, because I did a lot of jumping ahead and
And swimming pools, we didn't even have gyms in high school. I'm like, I feel bad that
okay.
Our school had like 4 or 5 gyms.
We at least had a gym. I could say that we had a gym.
Because it'd be like assembly in gym A, please. Oh, assembly in gym C. Someone's playing in gym A right now. So we would have, in our high school, we had a gym that was A, B. You could split the gym into 2. It was that big. So they put a dividing wall between the 2. And then we had gym C and gym D. We had 4 gyms, but no pool. But
no pool. Hard done by. We didn't have a pool.
But the Trenton school, they have a track. Most schools have a track. Most high schools have a track.
Oh, actually, our public school had a track. It was actually really nice. I think it was nicer than our high school.
Our public school didn't have a track. But they have a track, a football team, and a swimming pool.
Fancy.
I never went to Trenton though. I just know they have all that crap.
They're fancy.
But it's pretty much the only high school in Trenton though. I don't think there's another.
Yes, that's fair.
So then that's like all the money's going into that one school.
Now, to be fair, I didn't know Trenton had a high school, but I guess that makes sense because otherwise, where would everyone learn?
Yeah. It's so bad that we don't have international sign language. Each country has its own. I'm surprised that there's not one sign language, like it's its own language.
Yeah,
like,
that just period. That is how one is one. That's it. That's all there is.
I have to learn French. I don't learn
Canada French and France French and Australia French and
it's just French.
Yeah.
So yeah, to have I wonder how different it is if you're learning sign language and I'm learning sign language. And then if we try to
talk,
what the hell did you just say?
Yeah.
What did you just say?
Did you just insult my mother? Like, no, I asked you where the bathroom was.
stuff. I think I have this puzzle.
Really?
My friend got it for me from a thrift store. Haven't built it yet.
Oh, that's awesome. You should totally do it. It's a ton of fun. Such beautiful colors.
If you have the one that's wider, we'll trade you.
Right? I will pay you for that puzzle.
Sam, yeah, in the winter we had to go to the bunker, like the basement, to do our class.
Oh.
It's like where the Soviet Union or something. I know in the one high school, because they closed it off. I mean, you got to think of the decades, what people were allowed to do. And my understanding, and I don't know this for a fact, and I don't know if it's just urban legend for our school, but I'm pretty sure it was true, and I'm pretty sure teachers confirmed it, just that we weren't allowed down there. In our basement, we had a firing range, because that was it had a class.
Whoa.
But that was like from the 60s or something. And then they're like, guns in school? Don't know if it's a good thing.
Could you imagine in this day and age? Oh my god.
Oh yeah, but I mean back then, and,
Yeah.
and especially in Picton or whatever, it was
Yeah.
you were a farmer and a hunter. Like you didn't.
Yeah, that was
That
how
was just-
you
So it's like we're gonna teach you how to fight.
properly.
You
Yeah, don't take your toe off now.
know. So, and I'm pretty sure Brighton definitely didn't because there was classes in the who knows.
Man, how school's changed.
Because I remember, like, they would introduce new classes, and we had entrepreneurship class. We had to start up your own business, and you had to go to realtors and lawyers. You had to do all that stuff on your own. They didn't really teach you, like, okay, go do it. And like, well, and you had to kind of fib to the. I'm sure the lawyers and the real estate's like, these guys are 16. They're looking for property. Okay. But we have environmental science, which I liked because those were ones where we had greenhouse. You know, you were planning stuff, learning how to do, and you learned on how to do not blueprints, but kind of blueprints for setting up a garden properly or doing septic tanks and. You know, laying. You had to learn how to lay. You know, how to do. The housing property. Just, you know, if it's a well, how far should the well be? If you can get the vein of the water, but then how far away can your septic tank? You know, but at the same time, it was like growing. We had to grow all the vegetables and all that. So we had our own. It was a big greenhouse.
That's an intense course. My god.
That was fun.
I wish schools were still that cool.
Oh, Steph said, what do you mean wider? If you missed it, this version of this puzzle is cut off by a quarter. To the left of the puzzle is missing a quarter of the image. So Maxine has the original image, which is actually a quarter longer, but this one from Buffalo, they've cut off a quarter of the picture.
Yeah, they've actually changed it.
That's sad. It's like, I went to high school from 2014 to 2018, and not that long ago yet, and still no gyms.
Really? Wow. I can't believe that they don't. See, that to me is like a staple for a school and almost requirement because kids need to blow off steam and all that. And how would you do sports?
And then Casey went to school in the Ritz. But I went to we're a poor town.
Are you sure?
We're a poor town, but it was the only high school. We were like, it was 1,500 people in our high school.
Yeah, I don't feel like ours was that big.
So,
I don't know.
But right now, the population has dipped so much. So, generation after generation after generation, my grandparents had 5 kids. My parents had 3 kids. I have no kids. My brother has 1 kid. My other brother has 1 kid. So you see how the population has dwindled. That high school that had 1,500 kids plus a couple portable
classes, which are those, if you're not familiar
I
with them.
had one of those.
That's where you've outgrown the school so much, they bring out these heated portable
buildings.
where you can go out and they're outside.
Kind of like a trailer.
Like a trailer. But now, the population in my hometown has dwindled so much of kids that now they've closed off a bunch of public schools, and now in the high school it is everything. You go from kindergarten all the way up to grade 12 now.
Yeah, I feel like that happened to my high school too. They closed the public school, and now it's the
So that's the way old school used to be, where you'd have but that's when it was one classroom.
Yeah.
Like the Little House on the Prairie, you can have kindergartens mixed all the way with grade 8s, and you're just teaching everything all at the same time. Belinda, did you guys have cafeterias? We had 2 cafeterias.
We had one cafeteria.
We had the juniors and the senior cafeteria.
Rich people.
We had a lot of kids.
2 cafeterias, my goodness.
Well, they didn't want the seniors mixing with the junior, like the.
Yeah, it was odd. It's such an odd split. Like, my middle school was grade 4 to grade 8, and they didn't want, like, they had the grade 4s to 6s mixed together and the 7s and 8s separated off. It's like, what, do we turn into monsters in grade 7? Like, what?
I never went to middle school, but when I lived out in Alberta, they did have middle school. They actually had a separate school for
the middle.
The middle. So it was its own little. I was like, because you would hear that a lot in the States. Middle school. Like, what the hell's a middle school? Because I'm
fancier than you are in a way. I had middle school.
Well, I had middle school, but we moved before I hit middle school. And then I get back to Ontario, like regular school.
Yeah.
Kindergarten to grade 8.
Huh.
Belinda's like, did you guys have cafeterias? We don't have them here. Bring your own lunch. Every day, buy hot pie and a can of Coke from the canteen. Even in our public school, we would have a designated area for kindergartens. It wasn't like, it was a lunch room. So you grabbed your lunch you brought and you went to the lunch room to eat your lunch. And the left-hand side was grade 4 to 8, whatever, and the right-hand side was kindergarten to grade 3 or something, separating the little kids and the older kids. But on the junior side, the little kid side, they had a table set up, and if on certain days you could buy a slice of pizza or a thing of milk, or so they would have certain days where it was, or a hot dog. You could hot dog day or pizza day.
We had that,
and you could buy that in the lunch room. In high school, and we had a full-blown cafeteria. You just buy anything. And then certain days would be certain days. So maybe certain days were pizza days, and they were making pizza all day, or because they made they made a sweet turkey sandwich. Just turkey sandwich, turkey and some mayo. But man, was it ever good. I'll get to it. Steph's like, oh, weird, I'll check mine. See if the puzzle's wider. And then Ascend's commenting to Belinda, we also have canteens, but we could buy grilled cheese or pastas.
Oh, my diet.
Or like low quality food, fast food. And then Kirsty at Poor Town. A fire range and 4 gyms. Because no one can cope with just 3 gyms.
Because they were so hard done by.
It was a lot of students.
I think you mean it was a rich school.
It was not a rich school. It was a small one high school in a very large area. The Prince Edward, we call it Prince Edward, well, it is, we don't call it Prince Edward County, but it is the Prince Edward County. It's south of the town that we're living in, but it's almost an island. It's a man-made island because they made a canal so they could get boats through, and it now forced it to be this island. And there was a lot of farmers and a lot of people, but one high school. So you had a lot of students that took 45 to an hour-long bus rides to get to this high school. So they had to make the school big enough for all the students. But I didn't think it was big at all. I don't feel it would be that big. But even the other small town I lived in, which was that was like 4,000 people, it had 3 gyms.
Gym rich. Why do we want to put all our money in all the gyms?
Well, the big gym is where you'd have the massive assembly, so all the students could go and be there at the same time, or different plays or concerts, whatever. And like Chris said, did you have spa area, Casey? Wine tasting classes?
Right? Like, I feel like that's about what he's going to tell us soon.
I was like, I was homeschooled.
It's okay, Steph, you didn't miss much. Well, at least not by my school standards. Maybe by his rich people standards.
Kirsty, Casey's cafeteria was run by Gordon Ramsay.
Probably, jeez.
So you were schooled on a private island? I think we got to ban Kirsty.
That's taking private school to a whole nother level. Like, this is a private school, but we put it on an island, so it's really exclusive. If you don't go there, we can push you off into the water.
Yeah. She's quoting Jenny from the block. Don't be fooled by the rocks that he's got. He's still Casey from the block. Do you get that song reference?
No. No, that one went over my head.
I don't know. It's a J-Lo. It's a famous J-Lo song.
That one went over my head.
That was pretty funny though.
I figured it was meant to be funny. I'm sure it's hilarious.
It is. It's pretty.
Knowing
hilarious.
Kirsty, it was hilarious, but it went over my head.
Guys in the private school jokes.
You went to school on a private island.
I was in a private island. We'd like to make it a private island because we hate all the city folk are ruining our town.
Oh. Make their private school even more private on there. They really will start pushing people off soon.
We will. You ask any person who's from that town, they'd gladly push any from the city out of the town.
Mm.
Kirsty, no, I'll behave. Yeah, well, in public school, they used to separate us.
What?
There was a boy. You had to separate boys and girls.
What?
Yeah.
You're lying.
No.
Are you sure?
Positive.
I feel like you're lying.
No.
That feels like a very ancient times kind of thing.
Well, I was like, it's like.
How old are you?
Grade 1 and grade 2. I remember even when you would line up because you had to line up to get back in after recess.
Yeah.
And I remember reading on one of the outside of the building because it was stone. It was a stone, not a brick, a stone school, and they had carved in the wall boys, and on the other side of the school girls.
Oh my god.
And you would all the boys would line up on one side, and all the girls would line up on the other
Well,
side.
no wonder some of y'all grew up thinking girls and boys had cooties or whatever because you were separated.
That's where the idea of Survivor came from. Casey's school days. Fail your exam, voted off the island.
Right. Off you get. Hope you know how to swim. Obviously, you were never voted off then because you're here and you can't swim.
No. But because of our little island, it became a very popular hotspot because of surrounded by beach.
Mm.
Nothing but beach. Toronto, you got your own beach.
I think the problem they have with it is that it's super duper crowded. Although if they all keep going to Picton, it won't be anymore.
Well, Kirsty's like, it was a moat with a drawbridge. It is. It used to be. Wow. You have to go over a bridge to get in it. There's only 2 ways to get into it.
So if you're bad off the bridge, you get.
And one bridge they're renovating. It's a 5-year process to get the bridge redone.
Oh
So
God.
we only have one bridge to get back and forth. And then there's a ferry. You do a ferry, which is fine. A lot of Christmas songs being played.
Right. I'm noticing that more and more. Like occasionally you'll get a normal song, and every time I actually tune my thoughts into the radio, it's like, oh, look, Christmas.
I'm starting to want to watch more Christmas movies though.
When you hear Christmas, Christmas, Christmas all day, you go home and yeah, I want to watch that. We are getting down to the nitty-gritty here, folks. Just the dark parts now. Top is almost done. Actually, it is done. It's just the bottom.
Balloon is asking what's the favorite Christmas movie.
I am partial to Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. I love that movie. The old version. Well, actually...
In the old version. There's only one version.
No, there isn't. There's like 8.
No, there's only one version of Rudolph.
The one... I don't know, like, were they puppets or what were they? Like,
It was stop motion.
Stop motion
Claymation.
things.
Is what they would have, yeah.
Yeah. I like that one, but there's also this cartoon version of it that was made... I don't know, I guess in my childhood, so still back in the day, but it's not as old, that I really like. I would really like to watch that again.
Yeah, but those are different stories. They're not retelling that story of...
No, they changed it around a little bit.
Yeah, it's different. It's
Yeah.
different, but there's only one
Rudolph. Yes. So
Because there's like, they made a lot of that Baskin and whatever, and Bass or Bass, whatever, Baskin and Bass, that company made a bunch of them. That was like their whole thing. But a bunch of them got banned over the year. Not banned, whatever. Well, because there were certain stereotypes.
Deemed offensive.
Yes, very much so. Which there was ones I enjoyed the Little Drummer Boy, but they're like, that's not. We can't do that one.
See, the Little Drummer Boy just made me sad. Like I felt so sad when they wrecked his drum, and I really didn't like that. So I really can't watch that movie.
But there was a like.
Although I liked it.
There was a bunch of them, and there was another Rudolph one, that same one, where it was him and the New Year's baby, and he was protecting the New Year's the New Year baby against Jack Frost. And they only aired a little bit, and either it just never had the ratings that they were looking for, because there's certain ones that were just classics that year after year they showed. Frosty, and I didn't like that they did a sequel to Frosty, but with John Goodman, not like, and it was, but the Rudolph one, but I also agreed with, like a Garfield one that was good. There was a Smurf one that was good. There was a Cabbage Patch one that was good. But back before there was all this 24-hour streaming, or even before 24-hour cable, TV stopped at midnight, or maybe 1 o'clock, and then it was the national anthem and then static. and then at 6 in the morning, TV started up again. So you only had cartoons on the weekends. So all those cartoons that were on the weekends all had a cartoon special that aired at some point at night as a special. So during the 80s, it was just for 10 days almost straight or more, or maybe 3 weeks, you were getting a nightly Christmas special. And they repeated them for a good while, and then all of a sudden those just faded away because either those shows got canceled, like whatever the show it was from, and they kept the classics. And I was like, man, there was a lot that were great. There was a series that started as just holiday specials called Buttons and Rusty. A little fox and a little bear.
Oh, that sounds so cute.
And they had all these little hijinks adventures, and there was one that they did a Thanksgiving one, they did a Christmas one. Like, man, these are great. They were doing just holidays to the point where it became a TV show. I think after getting enough success.
Yeah, that they
did that
year round.
But it was like, and then you don't see those anymore. It's like, oh, well, those were pretty good classic ones. There was the classic one that was classic for a while, and then it faded, which was the California Raisins. It was all musical stuff. It was all different claymation singing different classic songs. But I have two Christmas ones I like. 3, Christy will know the one. 3 that I like to watch. I have to watch every year. So I have to watch Christmas Vacation, absolutely. I like to watch Love Actually. I think that's just a really great story. And Serendipity. Those three are great.
And now that we've rambled on for 10 minutes, what's everyone else's favorite Christmas
so
movies?
Kirsty's like, oh, School by King Arthur and Camelot. And then Sam's like, I don't think you're that old. You have a young soul. Yeah, I'm youthful that way. Sandy's was Miracle on 34th Street. Oh, Elf. Yes, I have to watch
I
Elf.
love
Yeah,
Elf
you have to
too.
watch
That
Elf.
one's hilarious.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
You know what? Actually, I think that's one of the first Christmas movies that I just laughed and laughed and laughed at.
And that's become a classic now. That's become that's always going to be shown every year, whereas other Christmas movies not necessarily shown.
Oh, and the new version of How the Grinch Stole Christmas. I like that version the best.
The animated one, or the Jim Carrey one.
The Jim Carrey one. That's my favorite.
I haven't seen the new 3D animated one.
I don't know if I want to see that one. I don't know. Some things it's like Spider-Man for me. It's like, no, I grew up with Tobey Maguire. He was my dude. Spider-Man is one of the first movies that I remember. And Andrew Garfield kind of came in there, and I'm like, yeah, nope, these two are my Spider-Man. And Tom Holland, I'm sorry, I just can't. I can't. You're just not Spider-Man to me. I don't know if it's just how I grew up with it. And it's kind of the same for some Christmas movies. That it's like, nope, I have decided this is my version. This is my movie. I'm so sorry to all you other versions. You could be the most amazing movie in the world, but I don't know if I can bring myself to watch it.
Belinda's like, I love Christmas Vacation and Home Alone.
Home Alone's a good one.
Yeah, Home Alone's good too. And then Sandy's like, I'm watching Home Alone right now.
Nice.
And Christian's like, of course, Die Hard. Well, of course, Die Hard.
Oh, yeah, the Christmas movie that isn't.
Well, someone had a big debate about that. They were like, someone's like, it's not a Christmas movie. It just takes place during Christmas, but it's not a Christmas movie. But then the guy's like, okay, look it takes place in a big building. Yeah. Right. And they're having a party. Now, what type of party would you have
at that time of the year?
Like, or what time? Like any time of year.
Yeah.
You wouldn't do an Easter party.
Yeah.
You wouldn't do even if it was a promotion, you wouldn't have everyone there to have so it was a Christmas movie, and only so he was going on. It's like it could only have been a Christmas because it only happened during.
Yeah.
That you couldn't have had the same effect if it was Bob's retirement. You wouldn't have had the same type of party.
Yeah.
And have this all the same executives and all that be there.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. Die Hard, Elf, and yeah, of course Rudolph, and Serendipity, and Home Alone, the staples. my mom has to watch on Christmas Eve. It's a Wonderful Life.
Oh.
She watches that every year.
It's not Christmas if you don't watch
She
it,
has to,
basically.
and I don't think I've seen it all the way through.
Oh, don't tell her that.
No.
Hopefully she doesn't watch this.
But that's-
You
that's
might be
one
in
of-
some trouble.
That's one of her favorites for sure. Oh, you're done.
I couldn't tell if you actually didn't realize it or not. That's hilarious. Oh. All right, you guys. I'll do a close-up. Yeah, I'll do a close-up of this puzzle. So here we are, all done.
Yeah, the colors are way brighter.
It's so bright.
Here, put this one above it.
Oh, I'm going to. I just want to show everyone the close-up version of what I just did.
I'll flip it back to
And
main.
get it. Okay, sure. All right, and now you guys, I'll show you a close-up of my original. I feel like we're showing off art or something like that.
Yeah.
This is the original, and here's the cheap knockoff.
So then now
Okay.
but push. There's enough room in the camera to do. Or you can do the close up.
Yeah, I'll do the close-up of it. So you guys can see now, to be fair, again, this is an old puzzle. I've had this for a long time. You can see that there is a good chunk of this puzzle that is not in the one that I just did. Woo! So you got like the forest here, it's all the same, 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 and then bam! Like there's this pretty willow tree that personally I feel cheated. I like this part of the puzzle the best. Oh my god. I love the willow tree on the water. I love the reeds. The fact that they kept the swans in there, good on them. Woohoo! And yeah, and then we have the same as back here. But yeah, ooh, two same but yet completely different puzzles. And you can see, like it's so, like it's literally it is cut off.
It is a third.
Yeah,
It's,
yeah.
you can
They've
see
like
here, it's
chopped off
it's
a third of the puzzle. It's ridiculous. It's insane. It's so weird how like I don't know why. Don't ask me. I don't make the puzzle. But if I could ever find a version of this, 100,000% I will buy it. I mean, that being said, I have found a couple of versions. One didn't ship to Canada. Boo. And the other would have run me about $60. So I kind of had to decide if I really wanted it or not that badly. One day, maybe. Not today is not that day. Now, that being said, if you guys do want to add this smaller version to your own collection, I got that affiliate link in the description of this video, so you guys can pick it up for yourselves on Amazon.com as well. So that's pretty cool. Woo! All right.
That's a significant difference.
Right? Right? Like
I mean, that's like it's the same height. It's just like literally a third of it is cut.
Yeah. And I really would love to get a new version of this, because if this is how colorful this one is.
Yeah, it goes just past those red trees.
Yeah. Now just imagine how vibrant this would be in the new colors. That would really pop. Oh.
Okay, it's back
If
to you.
only. Hello! Did we miss any comments or anything? I thought I
Everyone
saw
just
it
said
going.
you suck.
Yeah. You
lovely,
suck.
nicely done. Good job, Max.
Thank you. Yeah, what a unique. I don't think I've ever actually had another puzzle that they edited and shortened like that. That this is kind of a first. This is such a unique thing. The things that you find when you keep puzzles from your childhood and then rebuy them. So yeah, that's pretty cool. Honestly, you guys, that was a ton of fun. I'm glad I got to share that with you guys. We will break into more puzzles by this artist at some point. We got a couple other really cool lives that are coming up. Am was nice enough to send me her Ravensburger gradient crypt puzzle, which I am so excited to do. I have a really fun live planned out for you guys with that one, but it will kind of be an all day, possibly into the next day event, because I would love to compare the crypt gradient up against the full color gradient. So I have the black one. I want to do that one and compare it to how the crypt gradient is the same / different. I mean, besides the obvious of one has more colors than the other. But yeah, that'll be a really fun live. We just have to pick a day, well, I should say a Wednesday, that maybe not around the Christmas season, only because it is picking up a little bit for us just in case. But yeah, definitely coming up. We'll have that coming. We'll do that for you guys. And then we, of course, have the other 3,000 piece we got to knock out at some point. But that's, again, that's very long time commitment. We got to plan that out right. And the Was Jig Christmas puzzle. That one's a little bit easier to get on the calendar for you guys. If not next week, probably the week after. Just to get in the Christmassy vibe of things, as per requested by Belinda. Yay! I always like it when I can do puzzles that you guys recommend. I mean, it's not feasible every single video because I'm not rich. He might be rich based on where he went to school, but I'm not.
I'm definitely not rich. You know how much I make.
True. Yeah. But one day, honestly, if we ever got to the point where it's just like, all right, everyone, put your requests in. I'm gonna pick the coolest puzzle and go and buy it. My God, that would be cool. To get
so
to
just a bag of
like,
or hat of
right, like the hat of ideas, and
yeah.
like if we ever got to the point where the cash flow was good enough, or even if this made enough money to just pay for the puzzles,
yeah,
that would be cool. Dreams, the dreams that we can all have. But yeah, any comments or anything that I'm missing?
No, just the old good Max.
Yay! Woo,
yay!
Yay!
Fun.
Yay! But yeah, some more really fun lives coming up. I actually kind of like the starting at 5 thing. If it's not a bigger project, if it's just the regular 1,000 piece, I think we'll probably start around the 5-6 o'clock mark. That seems to work really well for us. It seems like more people can actually hop on. I could be wrong, but it just sounds like more people are able to hop on for the whole thing. But yeah, we'll let you guys know when we plan our next live for sure. And other than that, we'll have a cool video up for you guys on Friday. There's a nice little surprise.
Every Wednesday, right?
Well, yeah, every Wednesday is the lives, but I meant more so like time.
Oh.
Like if it's a longer live, shorter live, what time we start, that kind of thing. Oh, sometimes if we can't get the video letting you guys know when the lives are up, check the discussion part of the YouTube channel. I've been trying to post there if the time changes or anything, or like in the case of today, how it was just so busy we didn't get the chance to make the video.
There's a community section.
Yeah, the community section. Check that out, especially on Wednesdays. If you're not sure when the live is starting, we'll try to post it there. That way everyone can see it. And if you have the little bell clicked for the subscriber thingy, it should give you notifications about that. That one I'm not 100% sure about. I know it notifies videos and all that, but double check that. But yeah, other than that, it was really fun hanging out with you guys. All our cool puzzle stories, getting excited about Christmas. And other than that, unless we're missing any comments.
We love your videos.
Oh, well, we love hanging out with you guys. We do it because it's fun, but we also do it because we like hanging out with you guys too. We like that we make so many people happy. It's a ton of fun. Something I never really would have thought of with puzzles. Like, I really never would have thought we could build something like this, but it's amazing. It's amazing what one little hobby can do. All right, you guys. I think that's it for tonight. I had a ton of fun, and hopefully you guys did too. Thank you for watching, and do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe.